Hey guys, so for my discussion video, I'm going to be looking at two articles. First, we're going to start with one published on a website called Things Unhidden. It is titled The Iranian Economy, Oil Dependency, Key Actors, and the Trap of Its Own Making. How Oil Revenues Shape Power, Policy, and Paralysis in the Islamic Republic. So essentially, this article is talking about how Iran is heavily dependent on their oil exports, and their economic system operates differently from global markets, which leads to economic instability and issues with globalization. So I'm going to be comparing Iran's case to Botswana's case, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So Iran's case, they are essentially too dependent on their oil. The wealth that they get from the oil increases their state capacity and military funding. And then there's issues with sanctions and political tensions, which is limiting trade. And then this all leads to a cycle of the resource curse, which we did touch on in Botswana's case. But instead of them actually experiencing the resource curse, we've seen an opposite. So Botswana gained control over their diamond wealth. They invested this money into the country, and because they had a democratic political institution, it helped limit corruptions, and they were able to avoid the resource curse. Now, we're going to get into the second article by CBS News titled, Why is the U.S. Attacking Iran? Here's what the Trump administration has said motivated the strikes. So basically, U.S. claims that the war on Iran is an attempt at stopping their military funding, nuclear development, and reducing support for proxy groups. Specifically, Trump says terrorist armies outside its borders. Anyway, so this just ties into the previous points I made, as all the reasons that Trump has given in relation to the bombings in Iran, they have to do with the things that Iran is funding, such as like the military, the nuclear weapons, outside groups, right? And as I just talked about, this funding is coming from their oil reserves. So that is all for the video. Thank you.